Hi, good morning, all. Thanks for coming today. I'm Lasandar, a moderator for today's session. Today, we are going to discuss what makes consumer buy a certain product over another, and we will only discuss and focus on specific product today. So, we are going to do an icebreaker first. So, guys, please introduce yourself briefly and let us know what is your favorite local chocolate brand as well.
So I'm Navam. So I'm currently a self-employed individual, working for about two and a half years after working. So my favorite brand of chocolate is Ritzbury.
Hi Lasudha, I am Chamishka. I currently work as a marketing specialist at Ceylon Solutions. It's an IT company, and then I also bear the public relations officer role in Roundtable Sri Lanka. It's a fellowship and charity organization. So my favorite local brand of chocolate is Ritzbury too.
Interesting. Uh, it's good to have a common brand. Yeah, we can discuss about it further. Thanks, guys, for the introductions. And now I think we will move into some open-ended questions. And guys, there is no right or wrong answers. So, like, you feel free to discuss your honest feeling about it, and any kind of a negative comments are also welcome. So I'll go first. Like, how frequently you guys consume chocolates?
Please
Yeah,
about
Navam.
please about twice a week. I used to have a lot. Like when I was small, like my dad used to work abroad, so when he comes, he brings a lot of chocolates. So in those days, there was at least about half a bar that was consumed per day. So comparing
Okay.
with those days, I might have at least taken 3 bars or 3.5 bars each week. So now it has reduced to 2 bars, and sometimes this could be a much more smaller size bar. I'm referring to when I say 2 bars a week. But those days it was a bit of a larger size of a bar which I consume. So I can say compared to how I used to eat in my childhood, now it has come down substantially. But still, I know compared to some other people, this will be a bit high.
Hi. Okay. Yeah. So you guys said you're using Ritzbury as a local chocolate brand. So my next question is, which chocolate brand in the market you're using now? So exactly the answer should be Ritzbury, right? Any deviation?
Yeah, mostly Ritzbury. Like I
Yeah.
used to, since I'm eating a lot of chocolates, instead of eating pure chocolates, I sometimes eat like things like the chocolate fingers or similar kind of things, because that's not a totally chocolate related product, so it will give you much more lesser amount of calories and stuff. So so you ask me for a month, uh, 80% or at least 75% of the product which I consumed would be Ritzbury, and the others will be like Kandos or anything other else.
Okay. Chamishka?
In my case, also it's very common. I prefer chocolate included combined products like chocolate fingers and chunky choc quite a lot. But only thing is, in my case, I prefer the raw chocolate more than the chunky choco or anything. It's because I usually go for the chocolate as a dessert, maybe just after a meal and all. So because when I consume, I don't consume chocolate fingers after my main meal. So that's the thing.
What is the method that you use to buy chocolates, like online ordering or like going to supermarkets, like kind of a thing? So what is the main method that you are using?
Usually, whenever I got a craving, I head to even a small boutique and buy. or else when I am, if I'm putting an order online in somewhere like Keels or Softlogic, Glowmark, or
Loma.
since you are not going out much frequently, or else if we go to a Keels super shop, while at the billing, I might take a few bars from near the
Counter. So chocolate is a mandatory item when you're shopping, right? Let's say
I'm not saying mandatory, but it usually ends up buying a few.
it. Okay. Chamishka?
In my case, I usually take a bite of the supermarkets or whenever I go on grocery shopping, because usually I actually intend to buy it from off the shelf. I usually look at the outer what do you call that, covers, the packaging, and then I purchase it, because I usually choose between varieties. Like if I have this week the white chocolate, next week I'm going to have a different flavor, so I shuffle flavors also. But there is always a preferred flavor, preferred like a type of chocolate too, but then I keep on trying.
Yeah. So my next question is like, what are the factors you consider when you select a chocolate? So I think Chamishka gave the answer too. So what about you, Nama? What are the factors that you consider?
Well, right now, since they are showing it in big letters, I try to avoid chocolates with a lot of sugar content. Like, for example, if you take like in ones like chocolate fingers, it will have relatively lesser amount of sugar. But if you take all those milk chocolate bars, now in like chocolate fingers, you have something around 25 grams of sugar per 100 grams. When I eat chocolates, because I look at the sugar content.
Okay.
Because I use them in a weekly basis, I pay attention to it, and also the flavor, because the fact is that I don't eat fruit and nut chocolate, so one with cashew nuts, so that much. So I look at the flavor more seriously. Most of the time it will end up taking pure milk chocolate. Milk chocolate. So the chocolate coated biscuit. So yeah, those two are the most. Those two
fair
are
enough. Yeah, fair. So you guys said the Ritzbury is the main brand for you when it comes to local brand. So have you heard about Ritzbury? Like, what makes you buy Ritzbury at the beginning, the first buy?
Ritzbury in the sense the first. Actually, like it must have been the advertising, because we got to know about the brands through chocolate fingers. So like when I was small, we were eating chocolate fingers, and we don't know what the brand was, because in Sri Lanka, I think everyone would agree, more than the name Ritzbury, chocolate fingers product name was established. Everybody knows chocolate fingers, and they know that yellow color box and everything, and it was trademark. And it was thereafter you got to know, okay, this is the Ritzbury brand, and their chocolates are much more unique in taste. So thereafter I kept on eating Ritzbury chocolate, because when I was small, there was not much products in Ritzbury except chocolate fingers and all, but now they have. So rather than relying on other ones, I kept on eating Ritzbury.
It's right. Yeah, I can recall myself that advertisement commercial that the small guys are playing cricket and the boyfriend comes.
එනකං ඇඟිලි ගැන හිටියේ. Ritzbury chocolate fingers.
ඇස ගැටුණුත් ඇස ඉවතට ගන්නේ රස බලලයි. Ritzbury chocolate fingers. දැන් පහසු ප්‍රමාණයේ ඇසුරුම් 4කින් ඔබේ රස වින්දනයට.
Not out.
Ritzbury chocolate fingers.
ගනින්න ඇඟිලි මදි වෙයි.
Honestly, Kandos used to be my favorite when I was small, but gradually I noted Ritzbury taking over the market with their variety of products. But honestly, if you ask me the real reason why I go for Ritzbury, actually it's because our chocolate market is very limited, like local produced chocolate bars. If you check now, if not for Ritzbury, I would have to go for something like Mars or something of like a foreign manufactured thing, which for me it's I still go for Mars at times, but then the reason why I choose Ritzbury most of the time is because of their availability. Now wherever I go, I can afford and I can find Ritzbury chocolates everywhere. So that's one of the major reasons. It's available, and also it is visible. Like, I can see that the chocolate is available. Now, whenever I go to small grocery shops to a big supermarket, I see that chocolate is available, and they have a good variety also. Their visibility, and so for me, buying chocolate is not a big deal. But then when I go to the shelf, because it's visible and I know their taste is good, so I don't have any hesitation. But if there were better brands, like better tasty products out there in the market, I would have preferred that too. But right now, because there is no other thing like that, I stick to Ritzbury, because I think Edna is dying. So Kandos and Ritzbury are the the considerable products.
Yeah. So both of you guys mentioned Kandos. So my next one is like exactly how you know Kandos, how you got to know Kandos, and you said your childhood you consumed Kandos as well. So where did you guys change your chocolate image from Kandos to Ritzbury? Navam, I think you can go first.
Yeah. Kandos, as also said by Chamishka, Kandos used to be the number one consumed chocolate brand when we were small. Because you can, what I have seen is like, even when we were small, there was that 10 rupee chocolate bar, and even after 15 years, Kandos had that 10 rupee chocolate bar, and but over time the taste got faded, because when we were small, we were like, when we wanted to eat a chocolate, we could our parents could afford a 20 rupee or 10 rupee chocolate bar from the market, and gave it to us. But I mean, like, it was I think we all can agree that Sri Lankan chocolate brands are not in par with the foreign brands when it comes to the taste, but still they were decently good enough in terms of taste for a chocolate. But over time, the quality of the chocolate bars became poor in Kandos, because at that time there were no small chocolate bars in Ritzbury. They had all these fancy products like chocolate fingers and the pebbles, but they didn't have much of chocolate bars at that time. So Kandos was the main chocolate that which we used to eat. But over time the quality became poor. Only the high price products were the only one that had the same old taste. So in that case, we made that shift towards Ritzbury, and then Ritzbury came up with their own chocolate bars, which tasted much better than Kandos. So I think that was the point that we made our shift.
Okay, Chamishka?
I'll start from the beginning. The reason why I chose Kandos back then was I hated Edna. Kandos taste is better than Edna back then, and then because when I was watching all these cartoons and these children programs when I was small, I always used to see the Kandos advertisements, and that kind of tempted me.
ඔබමයි මා හදවතේ සතුටු සිනාවන් මතු කළේ එය රසබර හැඟුමක් වෙයි සෑම දිනේ රැඟුමක් වගේ මිහිරක් නැවේ හදලං වුණේ කැන්වස් රස රහසයි සැමමුවේ කෙලිබිමේ මිතු දම්මැවේ මිහිරටයි සිත දිවගියේ විඳින්න කැන්ඩොස් දැන් සිනාමැවේ.
And then as I grew, I did not see that advertising happening right throughout. And I actually started seeing a lot of Ritzbury related advertisements. Yes, I agree with Nawam there. He also mentioned the fact that chocolate fingers used to be there during the time that Edna and Kandos used to be like a fierce rival. And chocolate fingers is there right now. But I do not see any kind of advertising, like heavy advertising from Kandos. Mainly because their product quality is not adequate compared to quality as in the taste is not hasn't gotten better over time compared to Ritzbury. Now Ritzbury, if you take in about 10 years back, Ritzbury used to be like a very average product, but now if you check their product range, they have improved. And there is another because I recently just had a look at the recent chocolate I purchased that was called Ravelo, and that product is somewhat better than their existing product range also. So they have like a premium range. I think it's about 200 or 150 rupees the smallest bar. It is very expensive, but still that tastes better than the rest of the range. So they keeps on improving. I have not seen Kandos has been doing that. Kandos used to have the basic chocolate range. Even if I used to visit this Kandos store in front of Thurston College, that store also does not have like a major improvements to their product range. They just have like the traditional chocolate items, but their chocolate range the taste has not improved over time. And when I checked their I actually purchased their biscuit pudding also, and it was a disaster. So that is my concern. So which is why I prefer Ritzbury, because their taste is better than Kandos always. And I mean, I'm not saying it's world class, but it's somewhat tastier. And their new products that are coming through are more tastier. So, and they are putting a premium note to it. But then I feel that is the reason why I shifted to Ritzbury.
So are there any like missing factors from Ritzbury that in terms of your choice, and any recommendations to improve their product, or like overall in terms of Ritzbury?
In terms of the thing is that Ritzbury still doesn't have the range that Kandos has. I mean, like if you take the normal bar chocolates, Kandos and both Edna at their peak used to have a lot of flavors. I remember Kandos and Edna had coffee flavor, mango flavor, orange flavor chocolates, vanilla flavored. I mean, like in the same shape chocolate bar, there were a lot of flavors. But if you take Ritzbury, still like they might have a bar chocolate, but they don't have that much of a range of variety in terms of flavors. So that's something that Ritzbury doesn't have compared to what Kandos or Edna has. And you can say that their product range is improving. Now they have better range compared to what they had. As Chamishka said earlier, their main focus was just chocolate fingers, but now they have more stuff other than chocolate fingers. But still they need to have a bit of a range, which I see. And also they could improve, bringing new ideas. I mean, they don't have to copy, but taking ideas from foreign brands. I think your Ritzbury has not been able to develop more new. I mean, like not like something which not some existing product which not offering something existing to their product range which they haven't been able to. I mean, but a completely new one. I mean, like if you take as an innovative chocolate product, Mars chocolate is a very innovative one, because nobody has had that kind of a chocolate until they produce it. So just like that, now chocolate fingers was an kind of an innovation to the Sri Lankan market, from Ritzbury. So something like that, they have to make something new while improving their range.
Yes, I would. I agree with what Nawam said. Only problem that I see from Ritzbury's perspective is they are focusing only on one product. That they are focusing. I think okay. Say they are focusing on the basic chocolate. And because when we were small, I remember we had mango flavors and like different flavors. And behind there were like Kandos actually ran this family competition also behind that. Like the behind the cover. They had a family, and then you're supposed to collect the family, and then you get a gift. Those sort of things are not has never been associated with Ritzbury either. And I think I mean, if you are to improve your product, there are certain competitions go on, and I'm not saying it's a must to have, but I have never seen certain things happening. Also, the one other major thing I would like to see in Ritzbury is their branding. Now, okay, they have gone a little better. They have gotten much better with Revelo. But in terms of product positioning, is because mainly people are looking at Ritzbury is 100% is because Kandos is not doing great. There is I don't see any other reason why people were choosing Ritzbury over Kandos. It's because Kandos product was getting worse, and then people were thinking, like even when I taste Kandos right now, I feel that taste is still the same that we still like the old taste that we had, and it has never gotten improved. So for me, they actually have to improve on their overall product. I mean, say not the positioning, but then overall branding, and also as Navam said, their range. Their range is just like very few ranges, very few chocolates, but they only have one premium range, that is Revelo. But apart from that, they don't have anything. But when you check about 15-20 years back, Kandos had a massive range, and for which they actually had the benefit. But because Kandos is not performing well and there is no other competitor out there in the market, I think Ritzbury is happy to just live with one or two, say 5 or 6 products.
You have covered a few more points on Kandos also. But if I ask what Kandos brand can do to improve their product better to meet your needs, other than your points on Ritzbury, anyway, those points will be applicable for Kandos as well. So other than that, any other comments to do with Kandos?
In terms of Kandos, I mean, like they still have the range. I mean, like they are in terms of range, they have nailed the range game like even like 10-15 years back. So what they need is to give something improved in the quality. I mean, like it doesn't matter that, like, the main reason what I think is that, like I told you, that there was a 10 rupee chocolate bar when we were small, like 15 years back, and that bar was still and that bar is still here. I mean, like taking the production cost and everything, if something could be sold at 10 rupees and if they are still selling it at 10 rupees, surely the production quality has to go down to give that product to 10 rupees. But I mean, as a brand, you have to be aware that sometimes it's not that it doesn't matter that whether you give the product at 10 rupees or 20 rupees. I think you have to increase the price, even the smallest chocolate bar, depending on how the production cost goes up. But if you, in order to give the product at 10 rupees, if you keep on reducing the quality levels and the taste becomes worse and worse, as Chamishka said, your brand is eventually gonna fail. Because imagine after 15 years, I buy a chocolate bar from Kandos at 10 rupees and I eat it, it tastes like shit. And if I found that quality, that the taste has been worsened instead of improving, I won't think that okay, this is because they are still giving it at 10 rupees, I should appreciate that. No, there won't be something like that. But instead, what I'll do is that I'll assume that the product quality has been worsened and Kandos doesn't taste like it used to be. But in reality, that might have been happened because they are because that it's not that they cannot improve, but they are trying to give it at 10 rupees. Even after 15 years, they are purposely reducing the quality. So I think that kind of decisions could be, I can see as stupid, because a person who used to enjoy the chocolate now realizing it doesn't taste like how it used to be. I don't think that's a good decision. So if the production cost is going up, you have to increase even the smallest chocolate bar, and it's better to maintain the product quality in the way, at least if you can't improve, at least maintain it in the same level. And also in terms of chocolate packages, you need to have a bit of improvement, because I think Kandos, even there, that 120 rupee milk chocolate bar, they have the same old traditional looking milk chocolate packaging. Because I think we all agree when it comes to mass or sneakers or like even Ritzbury, how the chocolate looks when you look at the shelves makes a big impact. But in most of the Kandos packaging designs, I have seen the same 10-15-year-old design which you have seen familiar, and now those designs are out of trend and doesn't give you much of an attraction to buy it.
Okay, thank you, Ram. So Chamishka, the same question over to you, and you can explain how cool you about the packaging of Ritzbury and the Kandos as well as Naam explained. What is your thoughts?
Yeah, I think taking off from where Naam left, packaging has to be a big factor, right? I'm not even going to talk about it, because if you check the packaging of a Kandos, the Kandos, say the 45 gram, the normal chocolate versus chocolate 45, the same product with Ritzbury, you see a substantial difference, at least on packaging. Now, I can remember this. I can recall this incident I had. I had the same chocolate from two products once. I actually got one Kandos because I wanted to try one, because after a long time, then I got the Ritzbury also with me. When I opened it, Kandos just had that foil cover underneath their wrapping, like the paper wrapping. But when I opened the Ritzbury, I saw there was a paper tray that was there, just to make sure that the chocolate shape does not get distorted. So it doesn't get out shape, because you know that chocolates melt, they tend to out shape so much. So I have now from that point I realized Kandos, when I purchased about 10 years back, it was with the same packaging, it was with the same branding, the same whatever the outlook. But Ritzbury, even though it may be that packaging might be a little expensive, but still it makes a big fact, because when I am putting it in my bag, and when I take it home and I try to eat, if it's squashed, I might not actually consider it. But then there are small things that Kandos has actually forgotten about their branding and packaging. Also the basic taste. For me, the major component of a chocolate starts from the taste, because it's not like we are looking at health aspect mainly, like say about 20% health aspect is there, but then you have to look at the taste of it first off, because it's something that you eat. Kandos taste hasn't gotten any better. I agree with Naam also. It has gotten worse. It has gotten worse first. Like when I tasted their biscuit pudding, it actually tasted the taste of your biting ants. When you're biting, so mistakenly, if you bite an ant, you get a taste that like a bitter taste, and that taste is still on. You get that same smell and the taste on Kandos chocolates. I mean, on a biscuit pudding, if you get it, I never go back to that product, because now, I mean, whenever I see it on shelves, only thing I recall is that bad the taste I had. So with Kandos, it is a major concern. Their taste has never gotten better. I think from where they actually started declining, and I think for a chocolate brand, it needs to be improved continuously. Even I have tried their chocolates in their the Thurston showroom, it still says the same. There is no improvement. But with Ritzbury, you can feel there is a difference. I have seen how this Elephant House brand has come a long way, and it's not like all brands are dying, but all old brands do improve. But I've never seen that happening with Kandos, which is like a very major disappointment. But yeah, that's the reason.
Okay, thanks, Tanishka. So I can understand that with the dynamic factors, that Kandos has not changed their things. That's why they're kind of dying. So do you think that Ritzbury adds value for money? Like their prices are a bit higher than Kandos. Obviously, you mentioned the quality is there, but at that price, do you think your expectation is there, or do they have to reduce price?
Certainly, they have the value for money. Yeah. I mean,
so do you think that, let's say, for about higher price, you will afford it for bit higher quality, Ritzbury?
I mean, Ritzbury is not higher in prices like it's not crazy high. It's comparably a bit higher than Kandos, but for that price hike, you have a significantly good taste, better taste than Kandos. So in that case, I don't think that will be a problem, because for example, the same kind of chocolate bar, Kandos give it to 50 rupees, Ritzbury charge 125 rupees. Okay, that might be a problem, because more than half of the price. But maybe if something Kandos gives at 100 rupees, that Ritzbury is giving at 120 or 130 rupees. So we are talking about 25-30 kind of a price hike, and certainly their taste is 100 times more better than Kandos. So that 30% price hike is, I think it's always justified.
And I'll ask another one. Like, let's say Kandos will get more quality, and if you don't mind to do you mind to pay for about like more than Ritzbury if the quality is high now? Let's say 130, let's say 150 a product from Kandos.
Yeah, that kind of a price hike is okay, but that has to be coming in a significantly improved way, just like Ritzbury. I mean, like if you give something with the same kind of packaging, same kind of appearance, same kind of shape, and if you claim to say this is more tastier than them, it will be a disaster. Nobody would buy that argument, or nor people will be compelled to check it. I mean, test it. But even if there is a good improvement in the taste, the taste comes at the end. First, you have to make sure that people buy it. Okay, so for that, even if you have a significant improvement with a significant price hike, there should be some reflection of it through the packaging as well. That this has been improved. Now it is more, let's say, now it's premium, or so whatever it is. So like, even if I tell you the Ritzbury, we don't just happen to find it's tasty, because Ritzbury came up with a better packaging that enticed us to buy it. So once we bought it and then we eat, we found that okay, this is more tastier than Kandos even. So we kept on buying it. So just product quality is not going to make things happen. You have to come up with some improvement in packaging.
Yeah, I also agree there. Product, I wouldn't mind paying a higher price for Kandos if the product is better. Now, example, the reason why I pay a little higher to purchase this product called Ravello is because there is absolutely, I mean, the advertising is of no match to what the product offers. They are matching something else. I think I just want to mention something to what Navam said. Remember the time that they said they actually made us this blue color familiar. They're saying that Adare Alutma part or something, and then that was the major improvement. Major improvement, saying that was a major jump in advertising. But I have never seen, and for that matter, we actually bought it. We tasted it, and it found better than Kandos. And then thereafter, we started buying that. that thing, and from that moment we realized that Kandos was expensive back then. Ritzbury was expensive than Kandos, and then we still kept on buying it. But even now they have an improved product range called Revelo, and it is like significantly expensive, about 40 rupees more than the normal range. But still people buy that. It's because that tastes better than their normal range, and that has a better quality packaging. And when you get it's not premium, but then you get a better quality feeling compared to the Ritzbury. So they have maintained it. But I have so to answer the question, yes, I would definitely pay a higher price. It's the same reason why people buy Mars over a normal, because you're looking at a quality chocolate, right? And unfortunately, Sri Lanka we don't have better chocolates like Milka and like foreign chocolate brands. But still, if there are better chocolate brands coming up, there is a market. Maybe for kids it might be a concern, but then for people like above 20, I don't think they would mind spending about 20 rupees or 30 rupees more on a chocolate.
Where you put Ritzbury and Kandos, 1 to 10 scale?
It has to have good taste, and also it has to be affordable. So the affordability factor plays a big role why I am going for Ritzbury than what you call other foreign brands like Cadbury or Mars. So since I have tasted them, I know there are better chocolates than Ritzbury, but it's really good. So that's why I'm putting at 7 instead of keeping it at 9 or 10, because other foreign brands deserves that place in terms of quality, taste, and everything. So Ritzbury can improve. For Kandos, I could say about 4 or maybe 5 if I'm not so harsh with them. For the considering the past memories I have them, I could place them around 4 or 5. Because the main reason is not that they have not improved, it's the fact that they have been worsened. That's why, because it's not good to have a product quality that has been degraded compared to what they used to have in the past. So that is the main reason, and you don't have any kind of attraction to buy Kandos, and day by day it becomes if they used to target a middle class sector, now their products looks like now they are targeting a lower middle or lower class income sector in terms of selling chocolates. So in overall, Kandos is in a decline.
Yeah. So I'll give you 2 scalings. One is in the Sri Lankan standard. In the Sri Lankan context, I would rate Kandos as 4, as now I'm said, and also I would place 6.5 with Ritzbury, and I would place Ritzbury basic chocolate is about 6.5, and then Ritzbury Revelo is about 7.5, because their taste is significantly better and their chocolate feeling is better. But if on a global scale, because I have had the chance to taste international chocolates also when I was small, now also, I would place Kandos at about 2, Ritzbury at about 5, Revelo at about 6 maximum. The reason is, if you would agree, the chocolates such as Lindt, Toblerone to Hershey's to everything, they have improved their range every day. I think Ritzbury is doing it, but there is no chance I am agreeing that Kandos has been improving their range. Their range is still the same. So, which is why I am giving that range. In Sri Lanka also, it's because Kandos is giving a good, they are getting that rating from a teenager or a guy above 25 is because of their performance when we were small, because we were associated with good memories with Kandos chocolates, with the advertisements to everything. Just like how Elephant House, these all brands are associated with us, our past. So their branding and product is absolute garbage right now, and they are actually in a decline. So they have to do something in terms of their branding, to packaging, everything to basically to improve their product. and also from the product perspective also they improve their product substantially better than ever also. So I see that Ritzbury is doing it little day by day, little by little, but it's not something that Kandos is doing. So which is why I would say Kandos is 4 in Sri Lanka, and in a global scale Kandos is 2. It is like a very primitive chocolate.
Yeah, thank you, Jamishka. And I think that's it. And thanks a lot, guys. I think you guys express a lot about these two brands, and which is really helpful. So, guys, thanks for joining and much appreciated. And have a nice day and stay safe.